Hey folks, so we're out here on Wednesday night, and I'm going to be doing blade test number 2. So the first one was just with purple, comparing my v3.5 blade to my quantum blade. So tonight I've added a third blade, which is my Sabertrio heavy grade blade. So this is an example of like a very commonly owned blade, which I don't know exactly what type of strips they're used for the Sabertrio blade, but it's a very commonly used pixel blade. So I added that into the mix as sort of the control group. Originally I was going to add a fourth blade for Bendu Armory, but I left that out because the Bendu Armory blade and the Sabertrio blade are essentially the same. So the Sabertrio blade, with its color, it's been getting this exact same color as what the Bendu Armory blade gets. So I'm going to keep it down to 3 just to try and keep it simple, but a good sample size nonetheless. So we're going to start out with yellow. So the one on the left here, that's the KR blade. The one in the middle, that's the Sabertrio blade. And the one on the right, that's the Quantum. So Quantum blade, Sabertrio blade, KR blade. This is yellow. So you can see how out of whack that KR blade is. Now I'm going to show you the power levels.
Battery power level. Battery power level. Battery power level.
So you can see that all the power levels are generally about the same. They're all somewhere between 80 and 90%.
Blue, cyan, green, orange.
So I'm just going to show you guys the colors that are problems.
Cyan, green, orange. Blue, cyan, green, orange.
The blue, the green, and the cyan are all fine. The color on across all three looks similar, very similar. This is orange. Now again, that's the KR blade right here. It's the Sabertrio blade, and this is the Quantum blade. And again, the orange on the KR blade is tinting way too much red. Now we're going to do purple. And similar from my previous test, this was the main color that I was showing you. And again, the Sabertrio blade is consistent with what the Quantum blade is showing us. And the KR blade, again, is way out of whack. It's showing something that's like darker than what magenta would be, which has way more red in it than what a standard purple has.
red, white,
Now we're going to show you white.
red, white, red, white.
Now again, the red, I expected to see a miscoloration on the red, but I didn't. So on the red, the KR blade is actually the same as the Quantum and the Sabertrio blade. Just, you know, varying degrees of brightness, but the color itself on reds is exactly the same across all three. The white, however, the white is probably the worst offender. That's not even close to white. That's like some kind of weird beige. Yeah, that's not even white. Now, these two whites on the Sabertrio and the Quantum, they look like they're tinting blue, but they're not. The only reason they look like they're tinting blue is because the KR blade is tinting so much to the other way, to the red.
Yellow.
Okay, and then we're back to yellow. So that was sort of the version 2 of this test that I wanted to show you, to sort of better illustrate where my frustration was coming from with the color issues with the KR blade. But again, I want to reiterate, this is not in any way like a criticism on KR as a company, and their blade generally. I do use their blade for lots of different blade styles and for demos and that sort of thing. The blues, the greens, you know, all the cyan, turquoise, aqua style colors, the base red, all look just fine. They look beautiful, but it's with those 3 main color families where it's not even a little bit out of whack. It's like way out of whack. And that's with the whites and the silvers, the oranges and the yellow golds, and the purples, where it's just, or I guess 4 color families really, but it's just, you know, so much out of alignment. I sat down earlier today to try and work on that transposing thing I was talking about in my earlier video, and my head started to spin. I'm still going to try and figure out if I can do it, but it's going to be a little more complicated than I originally thought. So anyway, that's the second version of my test. I hope some of you found it helpful, and yeah, I'd love to have a conversation with anybody about it, especially any of you out there who have decided to do your own test with this. I'd love to hear about your results. All right, take care, y'all.